Hello friends, welcome to Mechanical Engineering online classes. Today's lecture will be delivered by Miss Shravanti Sriramoju.
In the experimental stress analysis, let us first discuss about what strain gauges are. A strain gauge by definition is any instrument or device that is employed to measure the linear deformation over a given gauge length occurring in the material of a structure during the loading condition. So if you take any specimen and if you want to measure the strain occurring when it is loaded, okay, so you will fix the gauge length. Suppose L is the gauge length, that is the length under consideration, that is called gauge length. So using a strain gauge you can measure the deformation, the linear deformation that is occurring because of the loading. So depending upon the magnification system used in the strain gauges may be classified as follows. So there are so many types of strain gauges, out of which first one and most important is the mechanical strain gauge, which we will be dealing with, and pneumatic optical strain gauges. This is photo stress strain gauge, electrical strain gauge, scratch type strain gauge, magnetic type, interferometric strain gauges, and acoustical strain gauges. And these are further classified as follows. So I have listed out a few important sub classifications of mechanical type strain gauge and electrical type strain gauges. Under the mechanical type strain gauges we have wedge and screw type, lever, simple and compound, rack and pinion, combination of lever and rack and pinion type strain gauge, and dial indicators. And under the electrical strain gauges we again have inductance type, capacitance type, resistance type, piezoelectric and piezoresistive type. So these are the important types of mechanical and electrical strain gauges which we will be dealing in the coming classes. But before that, let us first look into what are the different characteristics of a strain gauge. So under the characteristics of a strain gauge, the first characteristic is the gauge length, which is the part of a test specimen actually being measured for elongation during a tensile test. So if I have a component like this, so in this component I will choose only a particular length, and that length is called gauge length, and the elongation only up to this length will be measured. So that particular length which is chosen for consideration is called gauge length. So the elongation within this length of the specimen will be measured. So we have the second characteristic of a strain gauge, which is sensitivity. So by definition it is the smallest value of strain which can be read on the scale associated with the strain gauge. So on the strain gauge you will be having a scale. The smallest reading that you can take from that scale is called sensitivity. So if a strain gauge is more sensitive, it means that the smallest value of the strain gauge scale is lower. So if it is not sensitive, it means that the smallest reading is higher. Okay, so sensitivity is of two types. The first one is the deformation sensitivity, and second is the strain sensitivity. So deformation sensitivity is the ratio of smallest reading of scale to the multiplication factor, and strain sensitivity is the deformation sensitivity, the ratio of deformation sensitivity to the base length. So the third type of characteristic is range. So by definition it represents the maximum strain which can be recorded without resetting or replacing the strain gauge. So it is the maximum strain that can be measured using a strain gauge. So that is one more characteristic. And the fourth characteristic is the accuracy or repeatability. So we all know what accuracy and repeatability is. Accuracy means how accurate the values are, or how close the values are with respect to the actual values. The actual value and the measured value, the closeness between those two values is called accuracy. So accuracy is all about how close the measured values and actual values are. So if the measured value is not equal to or close to the actual value, we mean that the strain gauge is having an error. So basically errors may occur due to different reasons, like existence of friction at the pivot points. Due to friction there may be an error, or due to backlash in the gear train that is used in the strain gauge, or due to temperature changes, or wear in the mechanism, or slippage or deflection of the components. So errors may occur due to any of these reasons or combinations of these reasons, and we have to see that the accuracy of the strain gauge is not deteriorating. So a desirable instrument design would use components that are light in weight. See that the components that are used in the strain gauge are light in weight, so that the forces required to support and move the components are as small as possible. In order to keep the instrument accurate, you have to see that it is light in weight. All the components used in the strain gauge are light in weight. So apart from the above four characteristics, before we are going to select a particular type of strain gauge, we have to also consider the following factors or the characteristics, like readability, ease of mounting, required operator skill, weight, frequency response, and cost. So these are the factors that have to be considered while selecting a particular type of strain gauge, apart from the above four characteristics which we have mentioned, like the gauge length, sensitivity, range, accuracy. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If this video was of help to you, please like it and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.